Okay, I've got my pan here. I'm putting a little bit of salt in here that helps with peeling. I have my eggs here. These are the pasture raised from Schnucks. We're going to go ahead and put, I do believe I'm going to do about, usually my mason jar, the 32 ounce, I do believe, holds about 8 of these. Did I already break one? Look at that, one already broke. Okay, we'll have to eat that one. So 4, 5, 6. Have to be careful. Or maybe it was just because it was going into hot water. So 3, 6, 7, 8, and one that broke. We'll go ahead and put 9. We'll go ahead and do 10 and see how that goes. And we'll see if that does any better there. Okay, so I've got 10 or 11 in there. We're going to boil those for 10 minutes. As soon as they start boiling, I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And then I usually let them set in the water after they boil with the burner off for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then someone asked me, what do I do with my carton? The ones that are cardboard-like. Yeah, I put these in my compost. I cut them up real little, and then I put them in my bokashi compost, and then into my regular compost outside after the 2-week period of the bokashi. If you're interested in knowing what bokashi is, of course you can Google it, or you can comment below, and I can go on to great detail on how great it is for your garden. All right. All right, you guys, I have my eggs peeled, and I have my jar in here. I'm just giving it a quick bath, a water bath, to sanitize it. I have this is the brine that we're going to make. So I have about a half a cup of water in there. I might have to make more, but we'll see when we get the jar. So I've got white vinegar and apple cider vinegar. We're going to do 1 to 1. So whatever water I have there, I'm going to add the vinegar with equal parts. So that's about equal parts. You can eyeball this. You don't have to get crazy with measurements. I've done it both ways. So I go ahead and give my apple cider vinegar a shake so that mother gets mixed in with that. And I'm just going to put a little, maybe a teaspoon of that in there. And that's going to be our brine that we're going to mix in with our eggs. So I think I'm going to let that jar boil for a little bit, just to give it a, quick bath. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our salt. I'm going to use sea salt. I usually use pink salt, but I'm going to use sea salt with this one. And I usually do a good amount of it. So let's just say, because these are coarse sea salt, that's it. So we're going to mix that up, get this to boil, and then we're going to get our jars. Actually, I think that this is all going to fit in one jar. This is a quart jar, I do believe. I can double check on that. This is a 32 ounce wide mouth jar is what I'm going to be fitting these in. So here we go with the eggs. So I have 10 eggs here. They perfectly peel out here. I've got a new way that I'm peeling the eggs, and I don't know if it's making any difference, but they're just turning out great. What I do is I crack it, and then I start here and I go down making the line. You know how some people go around kind of like an apple? I go down, kind of make a crease in it, and then it just peels like magic. I don't know if it's just the way that is. I don't know. Okay, so I'm excited about this. So we're going to go ahead and start here. And I'm going to add 2 eggs. So I've got leeks, some garlic, some red onion, and I've got cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes and some dill from the garden. I actually grew this. I have this. Yeah, I'm excited about that because I dried it. First time ever doing that. I dried it myself, and yeah, we're gonna put this in this recipe. So I'm gonna add some leeks and some red onion and a couple of garlic cloves. Sorry, I'm not over here with the camera. Some dill. Some cayenne. 1 speck of that. Some red pepper crushed, red peppers. All right, and then we're going to add some more eggs. Trying to do this with the camera is really hard. And you want to make sure that you get the eggs pretty snug in there, like that. And you just keep going. Now the flavors of these, oh my Lord. I know it just seems like it's hard-boiled eggs and you're just doing hard-boiled eggs. It's not. The flavors of each and every one of these. There we go. A couple more garlics in there. And just kind of want to make just a level. And I'm hoping that 10, I can't remember last time I did this. I didn't know how many fit in here. I guess I should have counted it. Little cayenne. Our brine is almost done. You got to bring it to a boil. Do I have some leeks in there yet? But once this is done, it's just beautiful. The actual colors and everything in there is just gorgeous. All right, let's see if our last 2 eggs fit in here. And it fits perfectly. Look at that. That's going to close up great. And we're going to add the last of our onions here. There we go. And our garlics. I'm not going to put cayenne on the very top there. It might be a little bit too hot once it gets in there. But there you go. I'll put a little more dill. It's not crushed up very well, so that's what it is. Okay, so there's a little bit of dill. And that's what it looks like without the brine yet. All right, we have our brine is ready to go. Now you want to get the lid on as fast as you can, as you know. So I'm not sure how much this is going to hold. I'm hoping, and you want to stop right at the rim, right there. About right there is where you want to stop. I kind of do this a little bit just to get the bubbles out a little bit. Okay, and then I put the lid on. And you tighten it pretty good. Now these, look how beautiful that is. Now these will stay, what I do, a lot of people do this differently. Like myself, I put this in the refrigerator right away. Well, actually I don't. I let it sit out on the counter for a little bit until I know that this is sealed pretty good. And when it's sealed, then I put it in the refrigerator. A lot of people put theirs out on the counter for about 2 weeks. I don't feel comfortable doing that. That's their preference. Mine is I put mine in the refrigerator and I let it stay in there for about 2 weeks before I start to eat them. And even then, it's hard to wait because you see them there every time you open up the refrigerator. So they're that good. So all the ingredients that you put in here, the spices, incorporate into the egg and the taste is out of this world. I know it may seem just like an egg, you know, a hard-boiled egg, but it's not. It's so much more. And there's a lot of benefits to it because you got your garlic in there, your dill, your onion, and all the rest of it in there. Yeah, and it's just, isn't it a beautiful sight there? And they don't come out mushy. At least mine don't. And they come out like a hard-boiled egg with flavor. That's what I can best describe it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will put the recipe below for you to make them if you'd like. Let me know if you do try them and what flavors you put in there, or if you currently make them and what flavors you use in your pickled eggs. So I hope you like this video, and don't forget to push the subscribe button, like and share this video. I would love to have you as a subscriber, and thank you for you that have come back, and I really enjoy your comments and your feedback, and you guys have a great day. See you later.